Yeah. You know what it is. That Victory Talk podcast. We got a lot we've been talking about, man. Trump out here dropping bombs. Halliburton getting hurt. Shit is crazy out here, man. But you know what always remains the same. We're going to tell you how you can improve your money, muscle, and mindset. Let's get it. Yeah. Victory Talk podcast. Welcome to episode 210 of that Victory Talk podcast. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, BBC, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio para Viente. And oh shit, man, that door needs to close because I hear the other computer and it's really fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Awesome. All right. Sorry about it. And we do it live. You know what I'm saying? Gymnasium Jesus, the Southside Savior. All right. And I'm not alone. I'm joined by the best producer in the game. Co-host straight from Iran. Yikes. Nima. Hey, man, good call leaving Iran, man. Came over to the winning side.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, man. Listen, right. You got out in time, brother. You got out in time. Who knows what's going to happen? Also, we got Minovia monitoring the chat. Anybody talking crazy, man, she gonna be the one to ban you, and I ain't even gonna see it. Motherfuckers be hating, talking shit, and I don't even see it. Motherfuckers talking to themselves just to get banned about my girlfriend. I won't even see it. Loser. So go ahead, leave some hate, bitch nigga. Go ahead, bitch nigga. Leave some hate, and then your girl's my girl's gonna ban you. I don't even see it. I only see it when they put it on the screen. What did they say? What did they say? They want to bomb the factories where they manufacture. Yeah. No, just so you know, because the thought repellent is being manufactured in Iran by Iranian scientists. All right, thought repellent is the product we're coming out with, and here's the thing. I talked to Trump. I was like, when this whole shit was going on, I was like, hey yo, fam, don't hit the thought repellent factory. It's close to where the uranium is. I ain't gonna lie. It's mad close to where they enriching uranium. But I was just like, yo, man, just do me a solid and don't hit my thought repellent factory. You know what I'm saying? You know, Trump, he always looking out for the homies. You know what I'm saying? So that was cool, man. Yo, man, Nima, why y'all like uranium so much? Why Iranians like uranium so much, bro?
I mean, people don't give a fuck, to be honest. It's just the government.
Man,
people don't
even
know.
That's not what I heard. That's not what I heard. All my life, Netanyahu been saying that you been trying to enrich uranium and you were close to having a bomb. My whole life, Netanyahu been saying this shit.
Since 1995, we've been weeks away.
Yeah, y'all been weeks away since 1995, according to Netanyahu. Okay, how many times does a motherfucker have to be wrong? I love Jewish people, by the way, all of them. But I just question, how many times does a motherfucker have to be wrong before we say, maybe this motherfucker's full of shit? You know what I'm saying? That's not a political statement. I'm just asking questions. I got tons of Jewish friends. Tons of them. I bought all my jewelry from some of my favorite Jews. That's not this. You can say Jew. That's not derogatory, right? Yeah, it's just abbreviation. Some of my favorite Jewish people. I went to a Jewish wedding. All right. I watched them have that union. I put on the motherfucking little hat. I tried to put on a little hat, but it kept sliding off my head. Cause I ain't had, cause you know, they were like clipping it on with their hair or some shit. And I was like, damn, I ain't got no adhesive. I need some double-sided tape or some Velcro. Keep this shit on my head. I was like, maybe I'll like get a fucking marker or something and just draw the hat. But it ain't work, you know. But anyway, yes, I love the Jewish people. It's just this one guy, Benjamin Yano. All I'm asking is how many times is a motherfucker, if a motherfucker's wrong for 30 years, when are we going to start calling bullshit? I don't know. I'm just asking questions, man. I'm just asking questions. And why they keep it? How do you stay in power in 20? Is he like the king? Like how has this motherfucker been in charge of the country my whole life? Like is it a monarchy over there? I don't know what the fuck is going on. But what do I know? I ain't the chosen people. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the chosen people, man. Shout out to the chosen people. Shout out to the Iranians. I'm about peace. I'm about peace. You know what I'm saying?
Are you also going to sign up for the Nobel Prize?
The Nobel. Yo, listen, if they want to give me a Nobel Prize, I know how to fix this whole shit. You know, I know how to fix this whole shit. I think, you know what? I don't want to tell them. I got to keep some secrets. Yo, but y'all remember a few weeks ago, last week, before Trump dropped the bomb, I said, yo, America is going to get involved in this shit and they're going to do some shit in Iran. Remember I said it? I fucking called it, bro. I am that nigga. I'm like Nostradamus. You know what I'm saying? I knew that shit was going to happen. I said it was going to happen and it happened right after. Remember we said how many times a motherfucker got to be wrong before you realize he's full of shit? How many times a motherfucker got to be right before you realize he's a black god? You know what I'm saying? All I do is be right. One thing I was wrong about is I thought that the stock market was going to go down a little bit. But I was wrong about that. So, but I was mostly right. Yo, anyway, man, listen, we got a great episode today, man. We got a lot of shit we want to talk about. First, I got to mention my sponsors. First sponsor is me. I'm sponsoring this shit. It's my ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training. All right. It's a 100% free book that'll show you how to grow your online fitness business. First link in the description. All right. It'll show you how to grow your online fitness business. All right. And I made my first million as an online trainer. And it was way more difficult then than it is now. Like my first website, I had to fucking write HTML. There was no Instagram, none of that shit. No TikTok, no YouTube shorts, none of that shit. We had to get it out the mud. We had to invent online training. Like all of us who did it in 2009, 2010, we were the pioneers. And I made my first million doing that. And I've taught about 15,000 other people how to grow their online fitness businesses. You can be next for free. All you got to do is click the link in the description. Download the ebook. It's a quick read. Because I know some of y'all motherfuckers is stupid. You know what I'm saying? Be the first shit you read all year. But here's the thing. Your dumb ass can finally finish a book. Because it's quick. 10 Commandments of Online Training. All right, link in the description. It'll show you how to grow your online fitness business, even if you don't have a lot of experience, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a big following. All right, just go ahead and click that link in the description. The second sponsor is Thought Repellent. Thought Repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. This was genetically engineered by Iranian scientists, the good ones, the friendly ones, not the ones who out here enriching uranium, not the guys who've been enriching uranium for the last 30 years, not the same ones who've been weeks away from having a bomb for 30 years in a row. Not those scientists. They're incompetent. Netanyahu told me they was been supposed to have the bomb 30 years ago. They made thought repellent in way less time than that, and it's more potent. It's actually useful. All right. So all you gotta do, you spray this on yourself. And what it does is it keeps the hoes away. Right? It's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of hoes, sluts, slut hoes, stank hoes, skeezers, scallywags, Jezebels, skanks, even. We just added skanks and hood rats. But good women, they'll smell it. They'll be like, oh man, you smell great. Right? But the thoughts, they won't be able to get close to you, right? We want to have this out by the back to school season. Because I know some of y'all going back to school, you want to focus on your education. You want no thought to ruin your life while you in the dorm room or on campus. Because they have the thoughts is on campus too. Don't get it fucked up. There's some campus thoughts. All right, you want to stay away from them. You know, you fuck around and get one of them pregnant. Dios mío, right? So what we want to keep the children safe for back to school. All right. So all your super chats go towards development of thought repellent. Right. We got our Iranian manufacturer. Trump didn't bomb it. Shout out to the big homie. You know what I'm saying? He didn't drop our manufacturing site. It was close to the uranium, but not close enough to be damaged. So that's good. All right. But all your super chats go towards development of thought repellent. And I think some heroes have already contributed to the fund. I think they need to be acknowledged. Let's go.
We have Rashad Pearson. Yeah, homie, I was never out of shape, but I knew I could do better. Now I got the fam and a couple of friends starting to track their food and exercises after they saw my results. Thanks to your videos and guidance, you're a real one. Hashtag you unk.
Yo, man, let me take a picture of this. I always say I'm gonna take a picture and I forget to do anything with it. Like I forget it exists. This I'm gonna try to remember. Shout out to Rashid, man. Shout out to you, brother. I bet my goddamn house Rashid is black. I'll bet anything. I ain't never met a white Rashid. I don't think they making white Rashids yet. They ain't take that from they ain't take that from us yet. We still got Rashid. Either one, Rashid or Rashad. That's still pretty black. So shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Right? You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be a white Rashid at some point. I see like some of the young white kids. This is walking around with like gold. They dress like rappers from like 10 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They dress like, you see these motherfuckers? You know what I'm saying? And that's cool. That's cool. So those kids are gonna name their kids Rashid. Those white kids who dress like fucking rappers now, they're gonna name their kids. So one of them is gonna name their kids a white kid Rashid. That's what's gonna happen. And the white girls got working on getting big butts now. That wasn't a thing when I was young. That was not a thing, man. So it's like we're infiltrating all forms of it's a beautiful thing. What else we got?
He gave you $50 to give you a compliment. Wow. All right.
Yo, man, I fucks with Rashid. Listen, I don't care what nobody say about you, Rashid. I think you cool as hell. All right, I fucks with this homie, man. All right, man, we gonna get Rashid up. And you know what? It was money well spent. It was money well spent, man. Shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Yo, when I be on the plane, when I be in first class, like a lot of times I'm the only black nigga in there, right? And when I see another black dude, man, what I do is like we never say what's up to each other, but we see each other. It's always like a head nod, like I see you, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this shit up a notch. and I gave one of the dudes the Wakanda salute. He just kind of ignored it. You see me in first class, and you sitting there, give me the Wakanda Forever salute, so we know what's up. That's something I want to start when it's like only one of us. There's only like two of us in a place. Wakanda Forever. All right, what else we got, man?
We have Leo. Yo, Unc. Currently using Empower. Is Monarch still the best app for finance tracking? Do we need to get a crew to run up on them and get that affiliate money, or are we good?
Yo, I don't know what Empower is. You know what that is, Nima? Nah. So I like Monarch a lot. That's the one we use, but we might have to run down on them, man. You know what I'm saying? We might have to run down on them and go get the money and go take the money. You know what I'm saying? Because they know, like, we gonna have to show them, man. While we got all these Iranian connects, you know what I'm saying? What we can do with them.
We have a follow-up with Leo. Leo says, bring back the collection plate. This is for thought repellent.
Shout out to Leo, man. Let's go.
I'm gonna just read his comment since he gave 50 and you was having a whole conversation with the guy. He says, I'll be honest, I haven't really had a crazy financial issue since my 20s. It's all good, I promise. From Rashad. Oh,
yo, shout out to Rashad, man. We love that brother here at Victory Talk, man.
We have George. Is that you on the Discord hitting me up about trading? And how can I become a part of your trading community?
Yo, fam, I will never hit you up on Discord. All right, you got to hit us up. That's the thing, man. So there's like, I think, man, this ain't racist. I think it's a bunch of Indians in there who infiltrate people's Discords trying to scam, right? So like, it's never me. I never hit you up first. You get what I'm saying? Like, just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Like, it's never me. Them motherfuckers in there trying to get you to fucking. Nah, man, chill out. All right. No, to answer your question, no. No, nigga. I'm glad you asked, man. Yo, you see that motherfuckers reporting them the young candlestick so we can block them. Because it's like whack-a-mole. Every time we block these motherfuckers, there's a new Indian. They must have like a whole fucking group of. I know it's Indians. That ain't me trying to be racist. That's just me trying to be accurate. You know what I'm saying? That's me trying to be accurate, man. I can't sugarcoat the shit. It's a bunch of fucking Indians in there scamming, man. It's Indian. We all know it's Indians or Nigerians. Straight up. You know? Anyway, what else we got?
For George, we also have Greg. Greg answered his question as well in the chat. And then we have Matt, but this one's for when Greg comes on. I'm sure it's a trading comment question. 2025 crypto bull run.
Yeah. We'll ask Greg what he thinks about that. Then he asked about this Section 8 credit. I got a few, man. Like not a whole lot just now, man, because I've been really focused on other shit. But before the year's over, I'm gonna really go hard with getting more.
SA is Section 8. He couldn't just write section. Oh my God.
Hey man, listen, that's Matt. That's Matt too. That's Matt II. Or Matt too. See, the thing about the homie Matt too is when he's write shit, he gonna do it in a way where you gotta kind of figure out what he meant. So I had to decode that. Just like we don't know if it's Matt 2 or Matt II. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go Matt 2. That's my educated guess, and I'm assuming S8 houses with Section 8 houses. I don't know that. It's not clear. But you know what I'm saying? That's the thing about Matt 2 or Matt II, man. It's like layers to his shit. Like it's like double entendres. 2025. Like you see, there's no fucking space between 2025 and crypto bull run. that means there's another layer. It's like listening to Nas or Kendrick Lamar. It's like it don't just mean what it says. It mean other shit as well. Because he's
I'm
deep.
gonna go with it's Matt I because you can actually put capital letters.
Yeah,
so he did that on purpose.
He's deep
so
like that. No, maybe, sister, but you ain't been thinking. All right, you just looking at the surface. You gotta get underneath it. That might have been might be.
Oh, according to Matt YT didn't give him enough space. He.
Yeah. YT could mean YouTube.
I think that's Young Thug, no?
Yeah, it might be Young too. Ain't give him space, and when he meant space, he meant like room to make shit happen, room to breathe, room to operate as an individual. You know what I'm saying? There's layers to that shit. This shit ain't regular. Shout out to Matt I. All right, what else we got? That's it
for now.
All right. Yo, YT ain't give me space either. that was cold, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take space from YT. All right. And let's talk about getting rich. Okay, run it together. Run it again. I'm not ready. All right, one more time. I gotta calm down. You clicked on this video because you want to get rich. And you want to get rich fast. In this video, I'm going to break down some extreme ways to help you get rich as fast as possible. Now, here's the thing. Some of what I'm going to say is going to sound over the top. Some of what I'm going to say is the kind of shit that people make reaction videos about, trying to clown people who are super productive, the productivity bros. But it's all real shit, and it's all real shit that has helped me become a multi-millionaire. All right. I made my first million when I was 32, but it was way more difficult when I did it. Like, you have advantages that I don't have. You have advantages that I didn't have, right? Because I'm 42 now. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah. 10 years ago was way, way different, So you should be able to get it faster if you're willing to get more extreme, right? If one of you bitch niggas says some shit like, man, I don't want to do this. That's too much. I don't want to work that hard. Why the fuck did you click on a video that said extreme ways to get rich, then complain about it being too extreme? That's why you poor, motherfucker. You're going to stay poor indefinitely. You're going to have some poor kids. And they probably going to be ugly because your bitch ass can't get no good looking girl. In my experience, beautiful women don't like bitch niggas. So you're going to have to get whatever. Whatever female creature is willing to mate with you, and y'all gonna conceive some ugly kids or average at best. You should start watching this video now. But if you're serious about success and you don't want to fuck 5s and 6s your whole goddamn life, this video will help you do that, accomplish those goals. All right, let's get into it. All right. All right. The first thing I did to help me get rich, and the first extreme thing I did to help me get rich was I started planning every hour of every day in my calendar, right? Because I had multiple jobs at the time. It was when I was first started moving down this path of making money. It was right after my father killed himself. He committed suicide. And that was during the Great Recession of 2008. Economic collapse. We had record unemployment. I couldn't get a really good job because nobody was hiring. In fact, everybody was just laying people off. So what I did was I started training people in the morning in the gym, right? I would wake up at 4. I would train people in the morning in the gym. Then I would shower at the gym. Then I would shower at the gym and then take the train down to Soho, and I would work security at the Prada store for like 8 hours, standing 8 hours. I wasn't good at working security. I wasn't a good security guard. I didn't guard anything. I didn't keep anyone secure, but they paid me to stand there for 8 hours. Then after that, I would work for a moving company. All right. That was 5 days a week. And on the weekends, I would, and on the weekends, I would wake up early and I would train people. And then I would manage a restaurant in Queens for the rest of the day. And these was 12, 14-hour days, 7 days a week for 2 years. Right. And I was doing that while I was building my business, while I was building my first business. So it's like I didn't have a whole lot of time. But the way I was able to accomplish all these things is because I tracked is because I planned every hour of every day in my calendar. I use Google Calendar, right? I think I had just bought. Yeah, I was using Google Calendar. I had one of the first smartphones or some shit saved up for it. And I was using Google Calendar and I planned every hour of every day in the calendar, right? And when you do that, what you realize, you have so much more time than you think. For example, there are 168 hours in every week, right? So what you need to do is you first need to think, okay, how many hours a week do you sleep? You should do this exercise at home, right? How many hours a week do you sleep? If you sleep 8 hours a night, that's 56 hours a week. What the fuck? All right. That's 56 hours, right? Then if you got one job, or you got school, how many hours do you spend at work or school? Right, add that up. I'm just going to say 40 hours for the sake of this example, right? Then you got to think, how much time do you spend with your friends and family? Well, let's just say family. Right, because you might have to chill with the friendship shit. This is extreme. You know what I'm saying? We're being extreme. How many hours been a week with your family? I don't know. You're gonna have to say what that is, Huh? 2 hours a day. Let's say 2 hours a day, you spend 14 hours a day with your family, right? Now, again, some of you are gonna be like, man, but what if you got like 30 kids? What if I had like fucking 30 kids? How am I supposed to do this, man? I'm like, look, bitch, nigga, I didn't tell you to have all them fucking kids, bro. I'd have told you not to have them kids. I'd have told you to use a condom and pull out. Because if you use a condom and pull out and you still get the girl pregnant, that's basically immaculate conception. That's basically a little baby Jesus, right? That motherfucker's supposed to be here. All right. He gonna do something. He gonna beat somebody. He already beat the odds just by existing. You couldn't stop him if you wanted to. He was gonna come. All right. So if you got 15 fucking kids or some shit, yeah, maybe getting rich ain't for you, nigga. You fucking made you got to live with your poor decisions, homie. You know what I'm saying? But if you got 1 or 2 kids, then maybe you should not blame your fucking family for your inadequacies, bitch nigga. You know what I'm saying? All right. Anyway, family. Then you got to work out. Let's just say you a badass and you was working out 7 days a week for an hour a day. Cool, right? All right, then you add all this shit up, man. Add all this shit up. What is this, man?
I subtracted 51.
Well, let me get the whole ad.
Okay, so it's 56 plus 40 plus 14 plus 7, 117.
It's 117 hours, right? Boom. We subtract that from
168,
168
51.
because it's 168 hours in every week. That leaves you with 51 hours, man. That's the time you're going to use to fucking get rich. All this time needs to be dedicated to your goals. You know, all this time needs to be dedicated to your goals. One of you fucking nerds thinking, yo, man, but what about? Okay, wait, hold on. Because these are the only 4 things a man has to do. You got to sleep. You got to work. You got to spend time with your family. You got to work out. Everything else is optional. Like everything else is optional. Video games is optional. Getting high off the Zaza is optional. Gooning is optional, right? These are the only things you have to do. Right now, one of you fucking nerds is about to say, yo, man, what about using the bathroom? What about using the bathroom? I said, these are things a man has to do, right? If you spending like fucking 40, 50 hours a week in the bathroom, you got problems that are beyond the scope of anything I can address in a YouTube video. You need professional medical help, bro. You need a psychiatric evaluation. Fuck you in the bathroom doing so long. Gooning. What about getting groceries? Yo, shut the fuck up, bitch, nigga. The only thing I'm talking about is like the big important things. You're not spending 50 hours in the bathroom or doing groceries or even commuting, right? And every once in a while somebody says, what about commuting, man? I gotta commute. What about the commute? Dumbass. Move to where the jobs are. Even goddamn migrants and illegal aliens got enough sense to move to where the jobs are, right? Anybody with some goddamn sense would go to where the jobs are. You know what I'm saying? If you got a fucking hour commute, you fucking up. Why you live out in the middle of nowhere, dummy? Anyway. But even if it is commute, add that shit to your motherfucking hour you spend a week. You still probably, when you do this exercise, you still probably wasting a lot of time. When you start planning every hour of every day, you stop wasting time. And what happens is you start using your time more effectively, right? Because this time that's remaining is what you're going to use to get rich. And you got to use as much of it as possible. You got to use as much of it as possible to get rich. And the only way to do that is to plan every hour of every day in your calendar. It's very important. That's step 1.
Someone asked me if you have access to all of these success, why would you share it with others? Isn't it better to keep it to yourself?
Oh man, I'm already rich. Somebody asked, well, if I have access to this, why would I share it with? Can say it on the camera. I don't want to say it on it. So yeah.
Someone is actually saying, if you have the knowledge and access to all of these extreme success, why would you share them? Isn't it better for you to keep it to yourself?
1, I'm a teacher. I've always been a teacher. I'm a trainer. I like training people, helping people accomplish their goals. That's my thing. I've been a personal trainer since I was 16, right? Like helping people accomplish their goals is my thing. So that's step number 1. Number 2, I'm already rich, right? You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do to stop me, man. if you become successful, it doesn't affect me in a negative way at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, in fact, I won't even know because I don't fucking know you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, what you eat don't make me shit. You know, and then you know, I want everyone to win. And the other thing is, what I love most, is motherfucking praise. So when motherfuckers say, yo, Brandon, you helped me accomplish your goal, you helped me accomplish this, that's what I love the most. So it's kind of selfish. You know what I'm saying? I'm a machine that runs off your praise. All right. So yeah, it wouldn't be better, man. Anyway, sometimes I'm at the plane station. I call it the plane station. I think airport is a bullshit word. I'm at the plane station and I see motherfuckers that I know. Yo, Brandon, I'm a fan of you, man. Yo, I've been watching you for years. Let me get a picture. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Get a picture, man. Matter of fact, if I'm with my girl, you get extra points if you ask her to take the picture. You know what I'm saying? Because she needs to know that I still got it. Anyway, it's my favorite. My favorite thing in the world is when y'all ask her to take the picture. But you know, I'll see you, and then I get on the plane, and then you go in the motherfucking economy or coach, and I go to the first class. I'm like, oh man, my students is failing. I got to do better, right? That's why I'm helping. You ain't got to add all that in the video. That was it. All right, cool. Almost died on the live. If I ever die, I wanted to be on a live stream, but I doubt it ever happened. The only thing can kill me is I don't know, maybe like nuclear apocalypse, maybe like a pack of velociraptors, not just one, but like a pack. They probably got it, or like the NYPD, but like nothing else. I don't think anything else can kill me. You know. Anyway, all right, let's get back. So step one. That's step one. Plan out every hour, every day. Step two. The second extreme thing you need to do to get rich is you just got to start tracking every dollar you spend. Track every dollar you spend. It's very important. Almost nobody does this, man. If you do these two things, you will be fucking way ahead of the people around you. All right, you'll be one of the most productive and successful people around you in the next 90 days. Like your whole shit will change. So the reason you want to track every dollar you spend is because the way you get rich, this is the code for getting rich. You got to make more money than you spend and invest the difference. If you do that over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. You will get rich, right? For example, let me bring it up. Let me give you an example. Let's say you had a modest investment of just $2,000 a month. Let's say you can make an extra $2,000 a month. Anybody can do that, man. Motherfucking crackheads can make an extra $2,000 a month. Fucking teenagers can make an extra $2,000 a month. Motherfucking dope fiends can make an extra $2,000 a month, right? Whores can make an extra $2,000 a month. Anyone can do it, right? And let's say you invested that in something simple like the stock market, right? And just a simple like index fund, like an S&P index fund. Let's bring this up. What would that look like? So let's say $2,000 a month. Boom. We start with $2,000. Boom. Monthly contribution, 2 months, $2,000. Let's say 20 years, right? Now the average return in the stock market is 10%. Nothing crazy. Boom. Compound annually, right? Let's look at that. $2,000 a month in 20 years, you have $1.3 million, almost $1.4 million, right? There's a compound interest, right? So that means if you're 20 years old, you can be a millionaire by the time you're my age. I'm 42, right? With just $2,000 a month. And anyone can do that, right? Anyone can do that. And if you want it to take less time, then you got to do one of two things or a combination of it. You got to invest more money or pick a vehicle that can give you a higher return. But it's probably going to be a combination of both, right? But I'm just showing you the simplest way to do it, all right? But to get an extra $2,000 a month, you need to know how much you're spending and what exactly you're spending it on, all right? So what you want to do is, and I've been talking about this for at least 10 years. I used to use a software called mint.com, but they went out of business, right? So now we use something called Monarch. That seems to be the best one, the ones we like the most, right? And you hook all your accounts to Monarch, all your investment accounts, your checking accounts, your savings accounts, all your credit cards, and you link it up to Monarch, and it'll track all your spending and categorize it for you, right? All the money coming in, all the money coming out. And then when people do this, man, they see shit that they're kind of amazed at where some of the money's going. You know, how much money they're spending on shit, and they realize where they can cut back without it affecting their lifestyle very much. For example, there was an entrepreneur. It was like 2 summers ago. He came to my crib and I was helping him with something, and I made him hook all this shit up to this. And it went and looked at the past his 90 days of spending. And this motherfucker had spent like over $100,000 on bitches, not prostitutes, but like flying bitches places, buying them shit, dinners and shit. He didn't even realize he had spent that much. You know, it adds up quick. Right? But maybe you don't got $100,000 a year hoe habit, right? But every time I run an entrepreneur through this, we see ways that we can actually cut spending without it really affecting his lifestyle much, right? And it's important because if you can cut this, remember you have to make more money than you spend and invest the difference. That's how you get rich. So we need to really monitor our spending. I'm not even telling you to be all frugal, start making your own coffee and start clipping coupons. I'm telling you to just be more cognizant of what you're doing, right? And be able to track it, right? And really have a scoreboard of what your shit looks like. And it's cool with Monarch, it actually tracks your net worth, right? And you can actually track it over time. It's fantastic, all right? Now, I got some more tips that help you get rich fast. Some extreme tips to help you get rich. But we talk about investing. I think this is a perfect time to have a break and bring in Young Candlestick so we can do the market recap. Let's go. What's up? What's up, player?
Good to see you.
What's going on, man?
The market's on its way to all-time highs. Are you gonna be on the way to all-time highs?
You know, I knew he was gonna bomb Iran.
You did.
I knew that. I called it. But I thought the market would react negatively to that. But apparently the stock market hates Iran. Sorry, Nima. You know what I'm saying?
I think you're totally correct. And it was interesting because just yesterday, the market could have sold off really heavily. If we just take a look at like a 5-minute chart, the market was crashing just yesterday, midday. It swept the high of the day, then the low of the day, but then it started to recover. I bet there was some rumors that there was going to be a ceasefire. So basically what was going on was the market, it recovered and then it gapped up, and we gapped above resistance. Whenever you gap above a key resistance, the resistance I'm talking about is SPY 604. We've been hitting our head on this level for quite a period of time. When you gap above a resistance, you're likely going to see a gap and go day. And that's exactly what happened today. We were trading in the morning live today, and we were just only looking for longs.
Look for longs.
Yeah. Basically, S&P just grinded up all day. And I expect that the market is probably going to hit all-time highs in a few days, if not a few weeks. And we're going to take a look at
because the NASDAQ hit all-time highs, right?
It's close. So the S&P is about 1% away from all-time highs. The NASDAQ QQQ, it's so close. It's so close.
Listen,
like it's a third of a percent. It might do it tomorrow.
If I knew all we had to do was drop a few bombs on Iran to hit all-time highs,
I know, right? Seriously.
Listen, Nima, you don't live there no more. But if you live there, I'd be like, yo, can I get my homie out? You know what I'm saying? And his people
Free
first,
Nima.
obviously.
Hashtag
But every day,
free Nima.
everybody. Nothing like
I
a
would say
little war.
get a
I'm just
mission.
playing. I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
We
I'm
round up all the
I'm
victims.
pro peace. Peace in the Middle East.
I agree. Me as well.
Mhm,
Me as
mhm,
well.
mhm.
What's going on with this market is it might be called one of the most hated rallies. And the reason is because it recovered so strongly. After Trump delayed tariffs for 90 days, the market had just went on an absolute tear. You know, from the lows, the market is up 24%. But the market at that point in time was down 21% from the highs. So it's a straight V-shot recovery. So if and when we hit all-time highs, again, none of this is financial advice. This is all for educational purposes only. If we hit all-time highs, the question becomes, do we break out or is it going to be a false breakout? Well, basically, can it hold above the all-time highs? If so, we got the green check mark and we've got a new multi-month, multi-year bull market, which we're kind of already in right now.
Bro, ain't we?
I know, right? So when we look at individual stocks that's kind of helping this market hit all-time highs, Microsoft, all-time highs, we've been noting for relative strength.
Man, we've been talking about Microsoft for months, bro. All y'all had to do was listen to us, man. Y'all have been making this money.
Seriously, we were accumulating shares down here in the 360s, 370s, 380s. It was scary to do it, but it paid off. So that's Microsoft. I expect Microsoft to continue to be strong. They own ChatGPT and OpenAI.
Yeah.
And so that's a really good revenue model for Tesla. Tesla's decently strong. If you guys are in the free Victor Unit Discord, I posted a trade idea on Tesla long over 330. And boom, Tesla shot up 9% that very same day.
Come on.
It's backfilling a little bit. Tesla, as long as it's above 330, the short-term uptrend is intact. Elon Musk,
you know what I'm saying? I did the TISM short. And it's like, it's kind of like, still, you know, it's a little, it's kind of, it didn't really work out as well as I thought it would.
If the market's going to be strong, Tesla can't really drop. That's kind of the thing. You know, the market just rises all tides. It rises everything. So if you're looking for Tesla shorts, wait for something like 315. That's the bottom of this structure. If it can turn 315 into resistance, then it could potentially drop. But as long as it's above 330, it looks pretty strong.
We rode that short. I mean, because I was talking about it as soon as he gave his heart.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yep, time to short Tesla. It's time to short Tesla. Because whether he did it on purpose or accident, listen, just as a general rule, it's not a Elon Musk thing, just as a general rule. If the CEO of your company does not have the wherewithal to not do something that looks like a Nazi salute, you should probably short that company. I don't care why it happened. I don't care what he meant. If your CEO's out here, no other CEO is doing that.
No.
There's no other CEO who's accidentally doing shit that looks like a Nazi salute.
No other.
So just in general, when you see that, short the company. If you ever see it again, short that company.
Yep. Just wait for price confirmation and volume.
No, I think that's the only confirmation you need.
That's the only
anything that looks like a Nazi salute, I think you can confidently fucking load the boats on puts.
Okay.
Next time I see a CEO do a Nazi salute on purpose or accident, because that's the decision making inability, right? If I see it on purpose or accident, I'm gonna fucking take out loans, all the money I can find, borrow, or steal to short that company.
Just shoot me a call too.
Yeah, listen. Oh man, listen. Tim Cook did a Nazi salute, Greg. We short now. Can you imagine?
That would be so wild. That'd be so wild. That's how you know, just like the world's getting even crazier.
Even if it was accident, we got a short Apple, man. He's not good at making decisions. All right, let's keep going.
Speaking of Apple, if you're looking for a short, if Apple breaks underneath 193, that looks like Apple could drop. I don't know how far, but Apple, that 193 level is key. If it breaks underneath it, Apple's very likely to drop at least a couple of %. Okay, a couple percentage points. So that's Apple. Netflix hitting all-time highs. We've been talking
Come
about
on.
how Netflix is recession-proof, it's tariff-proof, and it's war-proof.
Man, yo, it's fucking AI proof, everything, man.
Yeah,
Like there's nothing. Netflix is unbeatable.
absolutely. I've got a few actually long positions on Netflix. I've got a bullish put credit spread expiring at the end of the week. And I've also got a bullish butterfly that can turn $100 into $1,000 if Netflix press up and close near 12 or near 1,300. So that's a nice breakout on Netflix. The volume could be a little bit better, so it kind of might chop for a bit. But the forecast is neutral / bullish on Netflix.
Okay.
Meta, when we're looking at Meta, I really like Meta long term. It's at a tricky spot on the chart, but it is just starting to break out. I wonder if Meta is going to retest this 740 level. Remember, Meta owns Instagram. Instagram is highly addictive. You got to set screen time
Ain't it?
limits on that. Seriously.
Yeah.
So Meta has control over everybody. So I like the stock long term. It just comes down to trade location.
Nima, listen, man. Nima is terrorizing the camera.
Okay. I thought that was just me.
Listen, the Iranians are striking back, guys.
Oh, man.
It's happening right
This
now.
is the start.
We had a sleeper cell
Take cover.
in the he just came in and fucking knocked this shit over.
I have a
Keep
joke.
going, Greg. Keep going. This is just the audio.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. Google. I like Google long term. There we go. We back.
Oh
We
yeah,
back.
you put
Welcome
on
back.
another camera. All right.
All's good. The ceasefire stand.
Trump said to stop, Nima.
Yeah.
Knock it off. What else we got?
Google, I like it long term. Short term, it kind of looks a bit choppy, but I do like this location. If Google can hold this like 163 level, I think that it can bounce. In a few years, I think it can hit all-time highs or more. That's the smoke alarm.
Is that smoke alarm in your house or my house?
My house. My girl.
That's in your house. Okay. Yo, this shit is going haywire.
The attack.
I shouldn't have said nothing about Netanyahu. Hey, listen, man. Listen. BB. I ain't mean it. I was just joking, nigga. They probably do got bombs, man. You was right all them years. 30 years in a row. You've been right, man. I ain't mean to say it. All right, man. Just stop fucking with my shit. All right, man.
We mean
He's
no
gonna be
harm. We mean no harm.
Yeah,
at
listen,
all.
man. Listen. I tried to wear the little hat, BB. It's just I couldn't keep it on my head.
You should have used like some duct tape or adhesive.
Man, listen. I was about to chew up some gum and stick it on.
Yeah,
That's what I'm gonna do next time, man. I don't want no smoke. All right, let's go.
That's pretty creative, if you ask me. When we're looking at Nvidia stock, I think Nvidia can hit all-time highs. Maybe sooner, if not later. Nvidia all-time highs. I'm looking at buying call options on Nvidia. So that's a trade idea. That's not financial advice.
Shit! If it gets
Call
all-time
options.
highs, you're going long. All right.
Yep, I'm going to be going long just for a breakout. I'm not going to go for like a 20% move in a day, but longer term, I think Nvidia can get to $230 per share, 3 years or less. Okay, so that's Greg's price target on Nvidia, $230 per share. Nvidia and AVGO, Broadcom, those are my two favorite semiconductor stocks. Broadcom, new all-time highs. I might be buying this tomorrow for some day trades and short-term swing trades. If you take a look at SMH, this is confirming the breakout. Nice high base. When semiconductors are green and strong, that's really bullish for the market. Of course, the market can be red and flip-flop tomorrow, but as of right now, this is super, super bullish. Another tech stock that we talked about was Snow. This is the number one trade setup I gave you guys on Thursday. I said, I like this high base. I'm buying call options over this 214.66 level. Snowflake, up 4.4% today. The forecast is neutral / bullish on Snowflake.
You know what I liked on Thursday? You remember I brought up DoorDash.
Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah, let's check it the fuck out.
Oh, hell yeah.
Come on, man.
That's the best one.
Did I tell these motherfuckers about some DoorDash?
You did.
Motherfuckers love Yo, man, they got a good business model, man. You order, you start clicking on your buttons on your phone. Immigrant comes and brings you your food.
It's beautiful.
It's lit. You know what I'm saying?
Support the economy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It supports the job market. You get your food. I love that business model. Absolutely love it. What's cool about these breakout setups, Brandon, is if you missed on the way out, you can always catch it on the way back in. So the breakout was over 220. Set some price alerts at 220. If it holds it as support, that can be a potential dip buy or a re-entry for DoorDash. When we're looking at other markets, crude oil reversed hard once the ceasefire took place. Crude oil it was just starting to break out. I didn't take any trades on crude oil, but it's crazy to see 3.8% up from the breakout and then just dumps 18%.
Yeah.
This is
because we thought that shit was gonna go crazy because we thought the war was gonna be. I thought we thought maybe it was gonna be a little. Oh, you know, historically, Iran and Israel, they like to fight each other.
Yep.
That's one thing I know. Listen, I only know two things for certain in life. One, Michael Jordan is the best basketball ever. Michael Jordan was the best basketball player ever. Two, Israel and Iran are going to fight each other. Yes. They're the only two things I know for certain. Everything else is debatable.
I agree. Yeah. For centuries to come, there will always be war in the Middle East.
Never going to stop, man. It's on sight.
Yeah. And crude oil could have had this move to the upside if war escalated. So that's how news-driven the markets can be. But
I was going to buy oil futures, but I didn't.
Hey, you know, if oil drops like 1 or 2 more days, that kind of sets up like a mean reversion dip buy.
Yeah.
Just something to consider. What's cool about the oil chart is like a measure of inflation. It's one measure of inflation. So if oil's dropping like this means that the cost of goods and services may actually start to come down as it gets cheaper to transport everything. This can actually help the Fed cut interest rates, which can spur demand in the economy, make it cheaper to borrow. So that is something to consider, because when you cut interest rates, that usually tends to spark inflation. But if inflation is actually coming down, the Fed's not going to be as worried, and they can kind of help out the labor market, because that means companies can borrow money to hire more people. So it's important to understand how crude oil prices really affect the economy and the stock market.
You got to understand the macroeconomics, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know shit about macroeconomics. That's why you need Young Candlestick in this bitch.
I got you. And when we're looking at gold and silver are dropping just a bit from the ceasefire. I was just saying that gold, wait for the breakout because it's not likely going to occur just yet. Gold is selling off. I would love to buy gold if it could get oversold. Maybe if it could drop another 5 to 10%. I really like buying that dip for another wave higher. So gold is setting up over the next few days or weeks. If it can keep selling, it builds up that margin of profit. Okay.
Yeah. Do you remember the other stock idea was I called out Spotify.
Oh, let's check it out. Spot.
Yeah, just check it out.
Looks just like DoorDash. Looks just like DoorDash.
It looks just like DoorDash.
When we see stocks, more and more stocks hitting all-time highs, that tells us that breadth is improving in the market. More stocks are participating in the rally. And so that increases the likelihood that the S&P 500 can be hitting all-time highs. So I really like it. The next support is 728. Spotify is kind of like Netflix, where it's unaffected by tariffs, unaffected by war, unaffected by recession. It's pretty cool. Another stock that you brought up, Brandon, was Axon. Axon's knocking on the door.
I was just about to say Axon. I was just about to ask you about Axon. Listen, I think you can buy Axon right now, man.
I know.
That's about to break out.
I was looking at it during the intraday time frame. I was like, where can I snipe an entry? I'll wait till tomorrow. But it looks bullish, especially over today's high. You could go long over 800, add over 806, take profits at the edge of the expected move.
They make body cam software for cops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's a good product, right? Because you know, you can't the one that keeps the cops, like if people want to say that a good cop was doing something bad, it's like, nah, man, check my body cam footage. Or if a cop was acting up, hey man, check my body cam footage. You know, it's like it keeps everybody honest. You know.
Yeah, I love the
like
transparency. And I also love watching those cop videos where they show body cam footage.
Body cam
Just
footage.
how they handle different situations.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It keeps everybody honest. It's lit. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. And I get a question all the time like, hey, where are you looking to take profits on a stock? Almost always, if I'm like buying a stock and I'm like looking, hey, where should I take profits? Take a look at the expected move. This is what the market makers price in through the option chain, open interest, implied volatility, a bunch of nerd shit. All you need to know is this plus or minus 50 in the top right corner. That means that Axon is not likely to go $50 higher or $50 lower from now until July 18th. It could go more, of course, you know, 1/3 of the time it goes further than that, but 2/3 of the time we stay or at least close within that expected move. So knowing that, if in about a month, Axon, I buy it at 800, the expected move is 50, that means my take profit is around $50 a share, $8.50 a share. So that's a great way to set stop levels and take profits at certain areas.
I like it.
I use the expected move a lot when I'm trading SPX. So Brandon, you've been carrying the team with futures trading.
Oh yeah, so this is good. So guys, if you want to, like, first of all, real quick, you got some questions for a minute that I want you to answer. But before we get into this, if you guys want to trade with us, join our Discord. Hit up Greg, Young Candlestick. Say, yo, I want to join Victory Trades, and you'll get two things. You're going to get all of Greg's training on the stock market and shit, you know, on investing. But you also get Greg's trade alerts straight to your phone.
Boom.
But the coolest thing, I think, is you can trade with me and Greg live. And then so we trade live in Discord every morning, and we trade futures.
Yes.
So basically, you can share my iPad.
It's so cool.
So basically, here's what I do. I use I have a funded account. I'm with a prop firm. I have 20 funded accounts, right?
Yeah.
20 funded futures accounts, and I trade with their money instead of mine, right? And this was today. This was this morning.
Yep.
So each one of those accounts made over $1,000, right? So this is like $21,000 I made this morning. And I called out every trade. I was like, yo, I'm about to go long now. Yep. Or I said, I got buy orders sitting at this levels. And I really just, I mapped it all out.
It's all mapped out.
It's like you can trade with us and start getting the money with us, man. You know, it's lit. You do trade every morning.
Your strategy is so consistent, Brandon. Like, Brandon's not just doing this today. He's getting this every single day. He's being way more humble.
Just about every. It's been like that. I've had a good few weeks in a row. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm just saying Brandon's being way more humble than he could be, which is rare.
Yeah. But y'all want to trade with us, man? We really out here killing it, man. I made $21,000 trading futures this morning, you know?
Definitely. So Brandon's really good at sniping those entries. We teach you Brandon's strategy. We've got like PDFs and documents, and we answer your questions live. Where I really specialize when it comes to like trading SPX or NDX or ES or NQ is I have a really good feel for the range. And so basically what I like to do is I use that expected move. I use technical analysis and I use AI to get the most likely closing price. And yesterday I was red on trading SPX, but today I was nicely green. I even added a put butterfly right in the last 10 minutes where I turned $30 into $300.
Come on now.
Yeah. So you can do trades like that. It doesn't use a day trade. It's cash settled. So there's no assignment and there's tax advantages to trading SPX. There's a little bit of some long-term capital gains, tax advantages that you get when you trade it. So that is some of the stuff that you get with Victory Trades. I encourage you to try it out. If you're new to trading, if you've been trading for a while, or you're just interested in learning more.
Yeah, awesome, man. Greg, I think you got some super chats.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run to the bathroom while you handle them.
Yeah, you go urinate.
Nima, you're not gonna fuck the place up some more when I'm gone, are you?
No, he's got it under control. He removed the headset. All right. Matt II is asking 2025 crypto bull run. How many Section 8 houses bought? I don't have any Section 8 houses bought, but I'm looking at 1 or 2. So I'll save up and I'll update you guys on that. But I'm sure that question was for Brandon. But 2025 crypto bull run, as of right now, it's looking like it. So when we look at IBIT, this is the Bitcoin ETF. I can also just break down Bitcoin futures /BTC. Right now, this is what we call a bull flag. And what does that really mean? We have an impulse wave up and we're consolidating this. We're vibrating back and forth in the upper third. So whenever you have a big impulse wave and it's the upper third of the range, that tells us that sellers really aren't getting anywhere. So yeah, Bitcoin does look bullish as of right now. I would say Bitcoin looks like it could break out over 110,000. So set some price alerts, check out Bitcoin over there. And if it breaks above 110,000, you can probably see it run and test 120K, 130K, 140K. I'm not some crazy crypto bull, but I do see the value in it. One thing to note is whenever we're doing analysis, we always want to look at the other side of the trade as well. So what would tell us that Bitcoin would be bearish or likely to drop? If Bitcoin really breaks and holds underneath 100,000, I think that Bitcoin could see a deeper sell, potentially down to this $85,000 mark. Now, longer term, I am bullish. So me personally, I'm going to be buying that dip. And the worst I think crypto can really get, or Bitcoin in this case, is 60,000. Okay, so that would be like a load the boat zone. I don't think it's going to get there. It could, but it's unlikely. If Bitcoin's breaking and holding underneath 60,000, then yeah, Bitcoin was a scam. But for now, it is legit. It is real. This is a nice.
Oh yeah, if it goes down to 60,000, man, it's time to go.
Yeah, no, seriously.
It's time to get. That's a bull flag, right?
Oh yeah. See,
what time frame you got it on?
This is just on the daily. If I don't specify the time frame, it's always the daily. But it's also a weekly bull flag. You know, it's easier to see there. Yeah, rally flag.
Yeah.
And when we're measuring out these bull flags, you can use the expected move, like I showed you earlier. You can use the expected move on IBIT, or what you can do is you can measure your flag pulse. So measure from the low to the high, and then you can actually duplicate that and put it towards the end of the breakout. So that means on a multi-week basis, the price target for Bitcoin on this bull flag would be 140,000. Okay. 140K if it starts to break out. Again, that breakout level for me is about 110,000. Ideally, you see a big spike in volume because that means traders and investors are getting interested. They notice that level is breaking and you can join them for the next wave up. If there's no volume, it means it could be a false breakout.
It's almost like, would you, instead of buying Bitcoin, won't you make more money if you buy like leap calls?
Yeah, you would. Especially if you get the timing right. And
leap calls on IBIT.
Yep, leap calls on IBIT. It also depends on the expected move and what's priced in. But I don't know if it's pricing in that big of a breakout. So IBIT, the expected move between now and December, so the end of 2027, is plus or minus $60. So that's basically a 100% move. Basically, it's pricing in that IBIT is going to be near 120 or it's going to be at 0 by the end of 2027. So if you think Bitcoin can go up more than 100% by 2027, then yes, you have an edge buying those leap calls. What I like to do is I actually like to do things like debit spreads where you buy a call and sell another call. It's a little bit more advanced, but it helps lower your cost, smooth out theta, and it's just a peaceful way to trade. So you can go and do buy vertical. And what you do here is you actually buy the 60 call. And let's say, okay, I don't think it's going to go much past 120. I might as well sell the 120 call. It's not even trading. I could sell the 100 call. Okay, this is going to cost me $973. I'll just say $1,000. So the most I can lose is $1,000. But $1,000 can turn into the width of the spread, 100 minus 60, which equals 40. $1,000 can turn into $4,000. So that's a way that you could potentially trade Bitcoin. You can do one of those. You can do 10 of them. You can do 100 of them if you want to throw 100 G's into Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean,
you don't threaten me with a good time. You know what I'm saying?
well, if you put in 100 grand and Bitcoin does, IBIT gets above 100 grand turns into 400 grand.
Okay.
Not too
I like
bad.
the sound of that.
Nav says S&P is trash. It only keeps up with inflation. Do Bitcoin? Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin.
Nav loves Bitcoin. No matter what you say, he's going to say Bitcoin. I don't care what you talking about. he's going to say Bitcoin. Right? You could be like, yo, man. Yo, I was thinking about going to the grocery store. Man, food is garbage, man. You need to get Bitcoin.
Trash.
You know what I'm saying? Like you say, man, yo, I want to go.
Bitcoin.
Man, I'm thinking about going to watch this new Jurassic Park movie. Man, dinosaurs is bullshit, man. You need to buy Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's keep going.
What I have to say about that is I agree. And Bitcoin is a volatile asset. So it does have more reward, but it also has more risk than the S&P 500. So when you account for risk, that's when we start to look at what's a Sharpe ratio. You're accounting for volatility, the ranges of the asset. And so it really depends on the type of investor you are. If you're about to retire and you're old, having all your money in Bitcoin versus the S&P, that's risky. And in my opinion, maybe dumb as hell, depending on your goals, of course. Now, if you're younger, you can have more Bitcoin because you have time for that volatility to work out in your favor. So it really depends on the investor's goals. That's how you weight your portfolio.
Yeah. Or you know what else you can do? You could just trade with us in victory trades. Listen, I did 20 grand.
$20,000.
$20,000 today, man. Stop fucking with me, man.
High quality.
Yo, if you want to do that, yo, this is what you need to do. Go join our Discord, hit up Greg, and say you want to join victory trades. You could trade with us. I think we're going to be probably doing people have been asking, so me and Greg are probably going to do a training on futures specifically, coming soon. So just let us know if that's something y'all interested. We've been thinking about it. Like, leave a comment if you're interested in us doing a trading futures.
Let us know and we'll do it sometime in July. Yeah.
All right, for sure.
Let's get it.
All right, guys. All right, Greg, man. Thank you, man. Peace out, bro. Appreciate it. Are there any super chats?
Yes. We have Leo. Y'all need to chill. Someone almost died here at the lake. Ambulance are picking him up. Hopefully he's good, but y'all need to chill.
Yo, what does that mean?
It's like, in regards to when you were making a joke about Nima and the camera went out. He kept it going.
Oh, so wait a minute. Wait, I still don't get it. I still don't understand. Maybe I'm missing. Man, listen, Leo, I fucks with you. I'm at a loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's the timing. Like, maybe you said that shit at a different time and I'm just not getting it, man. But yup. Sometimes I'll be thinking, man, I'll be listening. I'll be like, yo, I do need to chill. So I feel you. It's
man. The timing. It was a joke that like Greg's alarm went off, Nima's tripping or whatever happens in the room, shit like that. Anywho, all right, I
do need to chill. I be thinking about that all the time. I gotta relax, man.
Mondragon Cartel.
Okay.
B, I'm a videographer from Brooklyn making around 100K a year. I invest in stocks and crypto. Any tips on how to make more money and level up faster?
He's a videographer from Brooklyn. There's a lot to unpack there. What kind of videos you doing in Brooklyn? Okay, if you're making videos, Brooklyn videos, it's one of two things. It's either, you know what I'm saying, hipster shit, you know what I'm saying, with like motherfuckers who got the handlebar milk mustaches, drinking fancy beer. You making videos for these motherfuckers, or you making videos for like aspiring rappers from Bed-Stuy, you know? I'm gonna go with the latter, seeing as how cartel is in your name. So man, you making Brooklyn drill rap videos. Safe to assume. I would need to know more about what you got going on, man. I see you stocks. You might want to diversify into some real estate if you can. Maybe trading. I don't know. It's like it's very. it's ambiguous. It's like it's hard for me to give you specific instructions because I don't know shit about you, my Dragon Cartel. Except you make fire ass gangster rap videos for Brooklyn natives. And but yeah, invest more. Like if you can, that sounds simple, man. But if you can get more money into your investments, it'll multiply faster. If you're investing in stocks, one thing you could do, man, what I made a lot of money is actually selling options against my stock portfolio. You know what I'm saying? Selling cash secure puts against stocks I already have, and that gives you like that gives me like monthly income. So I would say get into some of that shit. You might find that helpful. Or real estate or something, man. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Tell Bobby Schmurder and them I said what up. You know what I'm saying? What else we got? Is something burning in the other room?
Nothing's burning.
Oh, okay.
I'm
My
just
fault.
frying.
Oh, okay. My fault, man. Baby, you a good cook, man. You know what I'm saying? Move, but listen. Me gusta yo comida. Me gusta comida preparado. Mi novia preparado cena para mí.
Preparando.
Right? Maybe it's just what I smell burning. You're just so hot. You just on fire, girl. It was too hot in there. You can't have all that sexiness and a hot stove in one place, man. We liable to call the fire department.
It's just burning at my house. The alarm went off.
Muy caliente, mi amor. All right, you know what I'm saying? Now, I know you cooking up something good. Come on now. All right, let's get back into extreme ways to get rich. So if you start planning every hour, okay, so if you just joined us, before I was talking about extreme ways to get rich, all right, it's very important, all right? So the first thing was to plan out every hour of every day and work the plan. The next one was to track every fucking dollar you spend, And then the next thing you need to do after you start tracking every dollar you spend is to cut unnecessary expenses. So what's cool about Monarch is you can go back and see maybe the last 90 days of your spending, right? And your income, right? And you can categorize it, right? And it does a lot of categorizing for you. And you need to find where you can cut unnecessary spending, what you can cut back on. You get what I'm saying? Like, for example, I was spending a lot of money on flights. I fly first class and shit, right? So I spend a lot of money, and I go see my son every other weekend. So it's a lot of money. And then I was like, "Fuck, man, I'm spending too much money on flights." So I just started using my Amex points. I had like 3 million Amex points. I was like, I should start using these points, right? And I started spending the points on the flights, and I easily start saving thousands of dollars a month. That's just an example. Yours might not be as extreme. Maybe you ain't got $3 million Amex points. I heard some people don't. All right. So maybe you ain't taking 50, 60 flights a year, right? So, maybe that's not something you can cut back on, but maybe you can start cooking at home more instead of eating out. Pause. Right? Maybe you can. What else do people do to save money? Fuck. I want an example. Maybe you can cut some streaming services you don't. Yeah. So maybe you can start eating out more. Yeah. You can maybe start cooking at home more instead of eating out. Pause. Maybe you can cut some streaming services that you don't need. Pause. Right? You might have to cut the Brazers. You might have to cut the Bang Bros. You might pause. You might have to cut some OnlyFans subscriptions. You might have to cut some OnlyFans subscriptions. Some of y'all gonna have to stop buying pussy. Whatever you can do to lower your expenses, that's what you need to do. Because remember, this is the key. The only really way to get rich is to make more money than you spend and invest the difference. Over a long enough period of time, you will get rich. You will get rich. All right. And so you want to cut all unnecessary expenses. But here's the thing, it's very important. When you cut the unnecessary expenses, you have to save it. When you cut those unnecessary expenses, you have to take the money you were spending on that and invest that. You get what I'm saying? Some people just cut expenses and don't do nothing with the extra money. No. If you cut out, if you cancel all your OnlyFans subscriptions, now you got an extra $5,000 a month. You don't just sit on that extra 5 stacks. You got to put that in the stock market, brother. Crypto, real estate, assets. That's very important. That's very important. All right. Now, the next thing you need to do to get rich. Now, we're not talking about being regular. We're talking about getting rich. So the next thing you need to do is find work that allows you to not have to exchange time for money. Right. So that's either some job where you get paid for commission or your own business. That makes sense? Right. Yeah. So this way you're getting paid for your results instead of for your time. Because if you're only getting paid for your time, then there's a cap on your income because you can only get, there's only so many hours in each day. Right. And we're going to maximize the hour in each day. But if you can get paid on your results, then if you get paid by your results, then the person who's paying you, they don't care how much time you spent on it. For example, Nima, my video guy, he got a whole team of motherfuckers who work for him. I don't know how much time he spends on my videos. I have no clue. I don't want to know. It could be 80 hours a week. It could be 8 minutes a week. As long as I get the videos. He has a fucking team of, maybe it's like a sweatshop or something. I don't know what he's got going on. I don't even want to know. I don't even know. I don't know. The less I know, the better, because I don't know how legal it is. In my mind, he's got a team of motherfuckers in a dungeon and he's whipping them to edit videos. I don't care how long he spends. I just want the videos. I don't want to know these motherfuckers. Hey, you editing the video right now? I hope I never, ever meet you. But you're doing great. I'm sure you're a great person. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully Nima lets you out the dungeon one day and you can actually see the world, see the light, see the sunrise again. You know? But he's structured his business in a way where he just gets paid for the results and not his time. That makes sense? Because when I was working on those jobs, I was getting paid for the time, right? Even as an in-person trainer, I was getting paid by the hour, much like a prostitute. I've heard legend has it. That's how they get paid. And it's awesome. But when I started my online fitness business, I was able to train people online, give them the custom workout plans, custom meal plans, right? And they did it on their own. My job was just keep them accountable. And this way I wasn't getting paid for my time. I was getting paid for the results I can help them get. And I helped them get great results by keeping them accountable, right? And this way because I wasn't restricted by time anymore, I can get way, way, way more clients. And I can make more money while charging them less. And that was the thing that really changed. That's when I was able to quit all them bullshit jobs. Hey, listen, if you want to learn how to grow your online fitness business too, I've helped about 15,000 people Grow Successful Online Fitness Businesses. It's how I made my first $1 million online training. If you want to learn how to do it too, I got a free ebook for you. Links in the description. It's called the 10 Commandments of Online Training. And it will really give you the whole game plan of how you can actually stop exchanging time for money and use online training to start trading results for money, right? And it'll show you how to get the results for your clients, show you how to get clients online, grow your following, because this will work for you even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience. The link is in the description and it's 100% free, right? But even if you don't do online training, you need to get into some sort of vehicle where you're exchanging results for money. So that can be like a commission-based sales job. It could be your own business, or it could be a job that just pays you for results, right? Like Nima's a good example for that. Like I hired him and his team, right? But I just pay him for the results. I have no idea how much time he spends on it, right? He's not exchanging time for money. He's exchanging results for money. You got to get in that kind of vehicle because then you have leverage, you know? All right. The next thing you need to do to get rich is to start getting leverage, right? And leverage helps you when you're a poor boy and you're just broke, struggling, you're going to be exchanging time for money, right? But that's because you don't have leverage. The only thing you got is time, right? But leverage allows you to really it allows you to raise your income exponentially. And there's 3 forms of leverage. One is skills. One is skills, right? If you have like high level skills, then you can make way more money for the same amount of work. For example, if I bring it back to sales, like if a salesperson has, if there's 2 salespeople and they're working the exact same amount of time, if one has a higher close rate, he's going to make more money because he has better skills, right? So you can leverage a skill. So you got to invest in something to give you a high income skill because then you get leverage. You know, like if you learn, there are things you can learn that can make you better at what you do, right? You know, the best music producer is going to get paid more from the motherfucker making trash beats in his mama's house, right? Because he makes better beats. He makes better music, right? The best, I play guitar, but I don't play like John Mayer. John Mayer gets a lot more money for playing guitar because I get nothing, right? Because he has the leverage of skills, right? So you got to pick an area, a skill set that you want to develop and go all in on developing this skill set, right? Because that's going to give you leverage in whatever you're doing, where you can start making more money with the same amount of time, The next form of leverage, and skills will help you in business too, right? Because 2 businesses are doing the exact same thing, but one is better at it. He's going to make more money than the motherfuckers who ain't good at it. If you have a business where you're running people's Facebook and Instagram ads, if you're better at it than someone else, you're going to get better results for your clients. So you'll get more. It'll be easier for you to get clients because you'll have a better reputation, right? Skills is very important. The next form of leverage is media, right? Let's say media is, it can be social media. It could be getting publicity. But when people know you, like, the more you can control media, this is why billionaires will do shit like, this is why billionaires like Jeff Bezos will do shit like buy the Washington Post, right? Because if he controls media, he can control the narrative. He can reach more people, right? Or it's the reason Elon Musk bought Twitter, even though he's losing money buying Twitter on paper, but he can reach so many people. And when you can reach people, you can sell more products or you can have more influence. This is wildly important and underrated. For example, Kim Kardashian, she has a huge social media presence. So if she can get paid like $1 million for an Instagram post, right? That's leverage. right? She can use her media presence on social media, and she's on TV. She's fucking famous. She's famous, right? Because she has a big media presence and social media presence that she's a fucking billionaire now, right? She's got the Skims shit. She was able to launch her business Skims and make a fucking ton of money, right? Or Kylie Jenner became one of the youngest billionaires ever because all off her huge social media presence, right? And I asked my girl, yo, is her makeup better than fucking Revlon or Maybelline? She's like, nah, it's the same shit. It's just she has such a huge social media presence that she was able to amplify it. It's very important, you know? Or even me. Like when I started online training, first thing I did was started YouTube. It was the only social media that I was proficient at. And I was able to build that up and start getting clients from YouTube. And then when Instagram came out, I started getting clients from Instagram. Now I got 1 million Instagram followers, right? Social media can help you, social media or any kind of media, but especially social media can help you with your marketing first because you can reach more people. So it's easier for you to make sales and get customers if you have a business. It's very important. Or like little shit, like there's this company called On the House, and they give me a budget of $4,000 a month to go eat at restaurants and shit and do shit around Miami. And all I got to do is post that shit on my story and tag the motherfucking restaurant, and I'll be eating for free. I was in the Gordon Ramsay restaurant with my girl, man, eating for free. They gave me a budget of $500. And I'm like, oh shit, you know, just because of my social media presence. But that's just like other shit. But the most important thing is it helped me build my business. And like social media, on the back of social media, it's helped me make millions of dollars. It helped me make millions of dollars. That's one of the things I teach my students, you know, that's one of the things I teach my students when I'm showing them how to grow their online fitness business. First thing we do is help them craft their social media so they can actually get clients from it, you know, and they start getting clients from it fast. If you want to learn more about that, make sure you download the ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training. It'll show you how. All right. But so the forms of leverage we have right now are skills, media, and then the other form of leverage is money. Right? If you got money, it's easier to make money, right? People ask me like, yo, man, I got $1,000, man. How can I invest it and get rich? Motherfucker, you can't, right? Even if you got $10,000, it's not a whole lot you can invest in to make a big difference, right? The average return on the stock market is 10% a year. You put that shit in the S&P 500, at the end of the year, you made 10%. What you gonna do with that $100? Motherfucking nothing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what you gonna do with that $1,000, man? Fucking nothing. You know what I'm saying? All right. But if you have money, you can invest in things that can help you build either your business, or if you got a good amount of money, you can help you invest in business, or it can help you invest in the stock market, or it can help you invest in real estate. It's very important. If you have money, money is like is the ultimate form of leverage, because everybody accepts money. Everybody accepts money. Everything's for sale. Everything's got a price. You know, if you got the money, you can make it happen. All right. But you ain't got money, so we ain't gonna focus on that one right now. You need to focus on the other two: skills and media. Right. If you can, I'm telling you, building your social media is powerful. It becomes so much easier. Okay. Well, when I say media, you should focus on social media. You're not about to buy a newspaper or a magazine or some shit like Jeff Bezos, man, right? But social media kind of democratized it, right? So you need to work on building your social media because it makes everything easier. It makes everything easier, right? That's why these motherfucking restaurants are paying me to fucking eat there, because I got 1 million Instagram followers. I'm literally getting paid to fucking eat at restaurants. Well, I eat at restaurants for free, right? Why? Because of social media. They're doing it for a reason, right? Because they know they'll make money off of it. You can make money off your own social media as well. I made millions off social media, right? It's very important. You need to focus, the leverages you need to focus on are skills and media. All right. Now, I got another video about this, right? Yeah. Listen, if you want to go deeper into the leverage, I got another video that you should watch right now to really take that part to the next level. All right. Go check it out right now. All right, cool. Yo, what up? We got any other super chats? Nah. Nah. All right. Yo, listen, guys. All right, man. We're gonna end this a little early tonight, man, because it sounds like my girl in there cooking up a storm. So we do this every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Here's the thing: tomorrow at 7, I'm going to be doing a call-in show. Right, this is where you can actually come on and talk to me. You can jump on the way Greg is. Tell me, just talk to me, man. Whatever you problems you got, whatever questions you want to ask me, you can ask me live. It's a lot of fun. We're gonna do it myself tomorrow at 7 p.m. I'm gonna do it on Wednesday and Friday. Call-in show. All right, and it's gonna be so. See you tomorrow at 7 p.m. All right, y'all.